For a number of years, the Lord gave us the 2025 vision, 7-year, 7 initiative. One of those initiatives was to get on the road and to preach evangelistic campaigns. I believed with all my heart that until you bring a team that really understand the intricacy. As we prayed, God brought Chad Hammond, who had many decades of experience.
An evangelistic campaign has 3 basic building blocks. First of all, it's mobilization. The second is the proclamation event. This is where Dr. Youssef will come and proclaim the gospel. And the third element is going to be the follow-up. So we're going to come into a city and we're going to start mobilizing the city by doing 2 outreaches. First is a ministry called Come and See. We're going to ask Christians to go get their unsaved friends, neighbors, co-workers, and have them come and see and bring them to a proclamation event where Dr. Youssef will preach the gospel. Now this Come and See program will start about 7 or 8 months before Dr. Youssef gets to the town.
When they shared with me what they will do in the sense that they will train people to bring people to the event, and then we're not just going to leave, but we're going to leave a team of people trained to do the follow-up and disciple. I'm about building the churches. One of the things that most evangelists are not pastors. I am privileged to be a pastor, and therefore I love the church of Jesus. I love to build the church.
Local churches are very important at what we do in our ministry. We want to come and serve the local church. And when we come to a community, we ask the churches to pray for a burden for the lost. Our commitment to the churches in a local community is that we will not leave until 90% of the people who come to Christ at the proclamation event have been assimilated into the local church. But as the churches pray, they understand the benefit it's going to give, number 1, to their church, number 2, to their community.
I am a servant of the local pastors. I am here to serve the local pastors. So when I come into a town, I'm not coming to take people from the church. I want to add people to the church.
We did some research on various cities, and so right now we're looking at 5 basic areas. Number 1 is Middle Georgia. The second is up in New England. The third city is Dublin, Ireland. We're also talking to some cities in Australia. And the last is in Egypt. So right now, that's what we have planned for 2023. So all the preparation is going on now. Recently, we held a pastor's luncheon in Macon, Georgia, and listened to them and got their feedback, and were able to give a lot of information to the pastors so they can take that back to their churches. And also, every pastor in that room was selected. And it was done after we kind of went through and just tried to find out who are the leaders in this city.
We need something to bring us together, to bring the churches and the pastors and the leaders together with a common vision and a common focus of reaching the people, not establishing the greatness of our ministries, but helping the people where they are. We need a spiritual awakening.
We believe that this city is targeted by the Lord for awakening. So many people are called to Macon and they don't know why they're here. The common theme is, God told me to come here, but I'm not sure what's up. Well, I believe He's aligning people from across the globe, honestly. He's bringing the laborers that we've been praying for years right here, right now, so that this thing cannot be a flash in the pan. But I believe Dr. Youssef has heard God. I think it's clear, and he's coming here and bringing his gift of leadership, and then we get to, as leaders here in this city, come together. It's about a harvest.
Dr. Youssef, being from another nation, being from the Middle East, I know he's serious. You have to be serious about the gospel to be from Egypt, because there's persecution. I know from his perspective, he's going to bring Christ and what Christ can do for a nation, a community, and an individual.
What I'm excited about is we've got a man that God does use around the world, that He's called to come to this city, and we get to work together to see the churches come together to invite what I think is going to be a pretty significant harvest. And the beauty of what's happening right now is this is bigger than Macon, because we know that the fruit of the Spirit is what produces real unity and love down the road. But until those hearts are changed, our city cannot be healed. And so I am asking God, please use this to bring healing and restoration to our city.
It's my belief that Macon, Middle Georgia is going to be used as sort of a spark not only to change Macon, Middle Georgia, but ultimately to change this country and the world. I think it's just the beginning, and I truly believe that.
The event, the public event, probably is one of the smallest part. It's the catalyst. Building the church, encouraging the pastors is going to be my greatest ambition in all of these events that we're going to have, wherever we go, wherever God calls us. And we do not go unless God is calling us. One of the things about the team is finding everywhere they go, when they talk to people about it, they said, we have been praying for this. We have been praying for this.
When I learned that this was one of 5 cities that he was targeting in the near future, it just confirmed a lot of things that we've been dealing with for years. And really, we felt the Lord was saying, you're harrowing the ground. You're softening this hard ground.
One of the men stood up at the end of our pastor's luncheon and said, this is the first time in Macon that we've ever had leaders like this come together for a meeting, which I thought was substantial to hear that. We're not looking to come to a city and just fill a venue. We don't come to cities and say, we're coming so we can put 10,000 or 20,000 people in an arena. That's not our message. Our message is this: if we come to your city and the Holy Spirit touches your city, the venue will be full. You know, an event is never going to change a heart. An event's never going to change a church. An event's never going to change a city. An event is only effective if it's tied into a bigger process. What happens before and what happens after.
At the heart of our evangelistic campaigns, whatever they may be, they're going to be designed for the building up of the Church of Jesus Christ. So wherever we go, we're going to leave behind disciples and stronger churches than when we came in. It's nothing to do with me. It's to do with the work of the Holy Spirit and the great training that Chad Hammond's team has been working on.
There's more that we can do together than we can do alone. And so that will be a process we'll continue to do, all under Dr. Youssef's ministry. I just would ask you to just pray for that and pray for Dr. Youssef.
We in this community feel very blessed that we're being given this opportunity. We thank Dr. Youssef in leading the way for giving it to us, and we can't wait to see what happens. The Lord's got big plans.